She dropped her bag, forgetting to pick it up, running for her safety because the shouts really hit her badly. Ngozi, see, it's not about forgiveness. What you and Ikenna did to me was terrible. You snatched Ikenna, my first love, and my childhood best friend away from me, and you think I will be happy and forgive you and Ikenna so easily. Please, kindly leave my sight right now. Ikenna felt the walls closing in around him. His dreams of a successful career and a happy family life were shattered. The man who once had the world at his feet was now reduced to nobody. He began to realize the gravity of his mistakes, regretting his decisions that led him away from Amaka and into a life of misery. Desperate and trapped, Ikenna decided to seek Amaka's forgiveness again. He managed to escape Ngozi's watchful eyes and made his way to Amaka's home. Amaka, please, I need to talk to you. Ikenna begged, his eyes filled with desperation. I want us to come back together again, the way we used to be. Amaka, surprised to see him, felt a mix of emotions. Ikenna, what are you doing here again? She asked, her voice cautious. I have made so many mistakes, Amaka. Ngozi has turned my life into a nightmare. I am begging you for forgiveness, please, he pleaded, tears streaming down his face. Amaka looked at him, her heart aching for the boy she once knew. Ikenna, I have moved on. My life is with Emeka now. You made your choice and now you have to live with them, she said firmly. Emeka, who had been watching from a distance, walked over and placed a comforting hand on Amaka's shoulder. You are strong, my dear Amaka. Don't let the past hold you back, he said softly. Realizing that Amaka had truly moved on, Ikenna felt a deep sense of loss. He returned to his home, only to find out that Ngozi had packed his belongings and was waiting for him at the door. Ikenna, it's over with us. Leave and never come back here again, she said coldly, her eyes devoid of any warmth. Please, Ngozi, don't do this to me. You know you are the reason why I left Amaka. Now you want to turn your back against me. Ikenna begged, crying. But his pleas fell on deaf ears. Mr. Man, before I open my eyes, I don't want to see you around here again, useless man. Wait a minute. What even made you think that I want to live with you for the rest of my life? See him, hopeless man. You think I would stay for you to break my heart just like you abandoned that innocent woman, Amaka? God forbid. At least I have gotten what I want from you, she said angrily. Ngozi pushed him out, slamming the door behind him. Ikenna stood there, defeated and alone, realizing that he had lost everything. His dreams, his love, and his dignity were all gone. He wandered aimlessly, trying to figure out where he went wrong. Meanwhile, Amaka and Emeka continued to build their life together. They focused on their work, their love growing stronger with each passing day. They knew that the future held challenges, but they were ready to face them together. Amaka and Emeka's relationship flourished as they continued to work side by side. Their shared dedication to helping others brought them even closer, and they began to talk about their future together. Emeka, I never thought I could feel this happy again, Amaka said one evening as they walked through the village. You deserve all the happiness in this world, Amaka. I am grateful every day that we found each other, Emeka replied, holding her closely. They started making plans for a life together, dreaming of the family they would one day have. Their love was a beacon of hope, not only for themselves, but also for the communities they served. They knew that their journey was just beginning, and they were ready to face whatever came their way. I can't wait to see what the future holds for us, Amaka said, believing and trusting in God. Neither can I, Amaka. I pray God sees us through, my dear Amaka, Emeka replied, pulling her into a loving embrace. After expelling Ikenna from their home, Ngozi felt a fleeting sense of triumph. She believed she had won the battle, but the reality of her situation soon set in. Left alone, she found herself grappling with her own demons. The choices she made began to haunt her, and the weight of her actions pressed down heavily on her conscience. Chai, Ngozi, you an impatient. You have made your bed and now you have to lie on it, she muttered to herself one evening, staring at the empty space where Ikenna used to be. The house, once filled with the promise of a bright future, now felt cold and desolate. Without Ikenna, Ngozi struggled to maintain the lifestyle she had grown accustomed to. Her social circle shrank and she found herself isolated. The community, aware of her betrayal and manipulation, turned their backs on her. One day, while out buying groceries, Ngozi overheard a conversation between two women in the market. Did you hear about Ngozi? They say she's living all alone now, one woman whispered. It serves her right. It serves her right. That woman, after what she did to Amaka and Ikenna, she deserves every bit of it, the other replied. Ngozi hurried past them, her heart beating so fast. She could feel the stares and hear the whispers that followed her wherever she went to. The once confident woman now felt the sting of shame and regret. Her attempts to rebuild her life were met with obstacles at every turn, and she began to realize the true cost of her actions. Desperate for redemption, Ngozi decided to make amends. She reached out to Amaka, hoping to find forgiveness and a chance to start over. Amaka, it's Ngozi. Can we talk, please? She said, her voice trembling with emotion. As she stood at Amaka's doorstep, Amaka looked at her, the memories of their past flashing through her mind. What do you want, Ngozi? She asked, her tone cautious. I have made so many mistakes, Amaka. I am so sorry for everything I did to you. I don't expect you to forgive me. I know I have treated you badly, but I want to make things right. Ngozi pleaded, tears dropping down her face. People can be very funny, oh. Ngozi, is it because I took care of you in the hospital? Just because of my profession as a nurse? Ngozi, see, it's not about forgiveness. What you and Ikenna did to me was terrible. You snatched Ikenna, my first love, and my childhood best friend away from me. And you think I will be happy and forgive you and Ikenna so easily? Please, kindly leave my sight right now. I don't want to keep on seeing you and Ikenna anywhere around me because it keeps reminding me of what I have grieved and forgotten. You people should leave me alone. Leave me alone, Amaka shouted at the top of her voice at Ngozi. No one told Ngozi to run for her dear life as fast as she could. She dropped her bag, forgetting to pick it up, running for her safety because the shouts really hit her badly. But even after all the shouts, Ngozi went through Amaka's mother for her to help plead with Amaka to forgive her. Amaka's mother, out of sympathy, seeing the genuineness of her repentance, pleaded with Amaka. After all said and done, Amaka agreed to forgive Ngozi. One day, she decided to listen to her. Ngozi, I have thought about your pleading. I believe in second chance. If you are truly sorry, then prove it through your actions, she said, her voice steady. Ngozi took Amaka's word to heart and began to make changes in her life. She started volunteering at local charities, hoping to give back to the community she had once betrayed. The road to redemption was long and difficult, but Ngozi was determined to prove that she had changed. One afternoon, while volunteering at a local orphanage, Ngozi encountered Amaka. "Ngozi, I didn't expect to see you here," he said, surprise evidence in his voice. "I am trying to make amends, Amaka. I want to prove that I am not the person I used to be." Ngozi replied, her eyes filled with determination. Amaka nodded, seeing the sincerity in her eyes. "Everyone deserves a chance to change. Keep at it, Ngozi," he said, offering her a small smile. As the months passed, Ngozi continued to work hard to rebuild her life. Her dedication to helping others did not go unnoticed, and slowly everyone began to accept her efforts. One day, Amaka received a letter from Ngozi. It read, "Dear Amaka, I cannot undo the past, but I hope to build a better future. Thank you for giving me the chance to prove myself. I will not let you down." Amaka read the letter, feeling a sense of closure. She had moved on with her life, finding happiness with Amaka, but she was glad to see Ngozi making an effort to change. It was a reminder that even the deepest wounds could heal with time and effort. As time went on, Ngozi's efforts to make amends continued to bear fruit. She became a respected member of the community once more. Amaka felt a peace with herself. She knew that forgiveness was a journey, but she was glad to see Ngozi making strides towards a better life. It was a reminder that even in the face of betrayal and heartache, there was always room for growth and redemption. One evening, while attending an event, Ngozi saw Ikenna from a distance. He looked lost and worn out, a shadow of a man he once was. Their eyes met briefly, and she saw a flicker of recognition and regret in his gaze. She knew that his journey was his own, and she hoped he would find his way as she had found hers. As Amaka and Amaka continued to build their life together, they often reflected on the journey that had brought them to this point. Their love had blossomed in the face of adversity, and they were grateful for the strength they had found in each other. One evening, as they sat on their porch watching the sunset, Amaka turned to Amaka. "We have come a long way, haven't we?" "Yes, we have. And I am grateful for every moment," Amaka replied, resting her head on his shoulder. "Ngozi has really turned her life around, hasn't she?" Amaka remarked one evening as they discussed the day's event. "Yes, she has. It's a reminder that people can change if they are willing to put in the effort," Amaka replied thoughtfully. Their lives had taken unexpected turns, but they had found happiness and fulfillment. They knew that the road ahead would be filled with challenges, but they were ready to face themselves together with love and determination. They believed they could make a difference in the world and build a bright future together. Months passed, and Amaka found herself reflecting on her journey. She had grown stronger, both personally and professionally. Her work in rural healthcare had become a central part of her identity, and she was proud of the difference she was making. One day, while working at the clinic, she received a surprise visit from her father. "Amaka, I am so proud of you," he said, his eyes filled with pride. "Thank you, Dad. Your support means everything to me," Amaka replied, hugging him tightly. Her father had always been her rock, and his encouragement gave her the strength to continue her work. She knew that she was on the right path, and she was excited about the future. As Amaka and Emeka's relationship deepened, Amaka began to think about their future together. He knew that he wanted to spend the rest of his life with Amaka, and he began to plan a special proposal. One evening, after a long day at the clinic, Emeka took Amaka to their favorite spot. "Amaka, there is something I want to ask you," Emeka said, taking her hand. Amaka looked at him, her heart beating so fast with anticipation. "What is it, Emeka?" Emeka got down on one knee, pulling out a small velvet box. "Amaka, you have brought so much joy and love into my life. Will you marry me?" Tears filled Amaka's eyes as she smiled and nodded. "Yes, Emeka, I will marry you." They embraced, their hearts filled with happiness and love. Amaka couldn't wait to share to her father and her mother the good news. "Father, Mother, I have a good news for you. I hope you are ready to hear it," Amaka said, smiling. "Bring it on, my daughter. It's been long we heard good news from this family," her father, Mr. Okeke, said. "Father, Emeka has finally proposed to me," Amaka said with a smiling face. "Oh, oh, 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 onya ka iji nwayọ na-ekwu." Mr. Okeke, her father, screamed out of joy, exclaimed in their language, and her mother was overjoyed. "I know that God will use that young man to wipe away my secret tears and shame that useless good-for-nothing boy cost me and my family. Ha! Olisa, thank you." Meaning, "God, thank you," her father said. "But Papa, I want it to be a secret. Emeka told me that he will be coming to tell you and Mama his intention," Amaka said. "Oh, nay, I will not let anyone know. He's well trained, and that was the right thing for him to do," her father replied. On a Saturday morning, during Emeka and Amaka's off day, he went to visit Amaka's parents and he told them his intention to marry their daughter Amaka. Mr. Okeke accepted and the marriage plans began. Emeka and his family went to get the marriage list, carrying palm wine and some kola nuts. The days leading to the wedding were filled with excitement and preparation. Amaka and Emeka wanted their marriage to be a celebration of their love and their commitment to each other. They involved their families and friends in the planning, making it a truly special occasion. Amaka's parents were overjoyed, their hearts full of pride and happiness. "We couldn't be happier for you, Amaka," her mother said, tears of joy in her eyes. "Thank you, Mom. I'm so grateful for your support," Amaka replied, hugging her tightly. Emeka's family was equally thrilled and they welcomed Amaka into their lives with open arms. The two families came together, united in their joy and love for the couple. The wedding day arrived and it was a beautiful celebration of love and unity. The ceremony was held in a picturesque square location with friends and family gathered to witness Amaka and Emeka's union. As Amaka walked down the aisle, she felt a surge of emotion. She looked at Emeka, standing at the altar, with a beaming smile, and she knew that she had found her true partner in life. "I love you, Emeka," she whispered as they joined hands. "I love you too, Amaka. Forever and always," Emeka replied, his eyes shining with love. The ceremony was filled with heartfelt vows and promises, and when they were finally pronounced husband and wife, the crowd erupted in applause. It was a moment of pure love and joy, a testament to the strength of their bond. Soon after their wedding, Amaka, having some symptoms of fever, went for a test and pregnancy test was also run on her. and they were told that they would be informed when the lab result comes out. Few days later, Amaka and Emeka received the joyous news that they were expecting a baby. The news was met with overwhelming happiness by both their families. Amaka continued to work, albeit with some adjustments, to ensure her health and the baby's well-being. "I can't wait to meet our little one," Emeka said, placing a hand on Amaka's growing belly. "Me too. It feels like a new chapter is beginning," Amaka replied, her face glowing with happiness. The pregnancy brought them even closer, and they eagerly prepared for the arrival of their child. Their home was filled with anticipation and love, a nurturing environment for their growing family. Balancing their demanding careers and the impending arrival of their baby proved challenging, but Amaka and Emeka supported each other through it all. They continued to provide healthcare to rural areas, often bringing medical supplies and offering free consultations to those in need. One day, while organizing a medical outreach, Emeka received a call from a frantic Ngozi. "Emeka, please help, help. Ikenna is very sick and needs immediate attention," she pleaded. Without hesitation, Emeka and Amaka rushed to Ikenna's aid. Despite their complicated past, they were committed to helping him. "You will be all right, Ikenna. We are here to help you," Amaka assured him as they transported him to the hospital. At the hospital, Ikenna was diagnosed with a severe illness that required prolonged treatment. Amaka and Emeka oversaw his care, ensuring he received the best medical attention. During his recovery, Emeka had a lot of time to reflect on his life and choices. "Amaka, I can't thank you enough for what you are doing," Ikenna said one day, his voice weak but sincere. "We are here to help you, Ikenna. Focus on getting better," Amaka replied, her tone kind but firm. Ngozi, who had been at Ikenna's side throughout his illness, was also visibly affected. She began to understand the depth of her mistakes and the impact they had on those around her. As Ikenna's health improved, he expressed a desire to make amends and start a new life. And Ikenna pleaded with Amaka and her husband for forgiveness, and Amaka quickly forgave him. "Ikenna, I have forgiven you. Don't beat yourself again. You are forgiven." Thank you so much, Amaka. I am so happy to hear this." The day finally arrived when Amaka went into labor. Emeka, by her side, throughout the process, was a pillar of strength and support. Their baby, a healthy and beautiful boy, was born amidst tears of joy and celebration. "Welcome to the world, little one," Amaka whispered, cradling her son in her arms. Emeka, his eyes filled with tears, kissed both Amaka and their baby. "Our family is complete now," he said, his voice choked with emotion. The birth of their son brought immense joy to their lives and reinforced their bond. They named him Chinedu, meaning God leads, a testament to their faith and the journey they had undertaken together. As they embraced the future, Amaka and Emeka were ready to continue their journey, confident in the power of love, resilience, and the enduring strength of their bond. Thank you so much for staying through the end of this story. I hope you enjoyed it. Please kindly drop in the comment section what you think about this story. Please give this story a thumbs up, subscribe, and share to your loved ones. See you in the next one. Bye.